looking for audio unit set property and audio unit render buffer. Maybe provides would have been a good one to add. Wow, my host time lookup is very slow. This is using OpenDNS still. I think that's what's making my internet crap out. Yeah, this guy has it. And you notice I've seen all of his threads before. That's right before I started casting. Optional. This guy right here. This is what I want. Should allocate buffer. So we just have to configure that for us. And should allocate buffer is now 0. And instead of, we should have a variable that can do all that. Flag. Yeah. Flag equals 0. We malloc our own buffers for use in audio unit render. Is it render input? Maybe. So let the AU know. Okay. This seems promising. It's always scary when your bug might be in an API call. Might be caused by the misuse of an API call. Input bus is 0. Is it 0? 1. Input bus is 1. Output 0, inputs 1. Okay, now building. Let's see if that breakpoint gets hit. Okay, something happened. We get the same error message. So that doesn't seem so promising. And at this point, yeah, we already hit the free. So our breakpoint wasn't hit, unfortunately. And it's probably the exact same error. Yeah, in fact, it's the exact same memory address, I think. It looks really familiar. So why are they the same memory address? Definitely when we create them, they're not. I'm just assuming that. I'm not checking this result. Should allocate buffer. No. What does that mean? I mean, this is a pretty ambiguous wording. We might have to look that up. Is there an explanation here? Disable buffer allocation for the recorder. Do this if we want to pass in our own. Ah, so it's actually the opposite. This is the problem with having client-side and server-side programming, right? Because constants that refer to both sides. I mean, you have to know which side it refers to. In this case, they're talking about me. I thought they were talking about the system, because in API calls, it's reasonable to assume that, or reasonable to think that, not assume it. Yeah, but let's stop and debug again. Be nice if that fixes it. Alright, so here's the thing going. Just gonna wait 4.5 seconds or whatever. Same error. Program receives SIG abort. Same chunk of memory. Should that be scope output? Yeah, it should be scope output, because this is the input. There's one simple way to find out if we are indeed getting our stuff run over by audio unit render, and that's just to comment this guy out for now. So this will not let us get the input. I don't know, maybe it'll crash the program because it's not getting fetched. I'm gonna run it again. We still get the error. Which probably means that it's our code. Interesting. Yeah, so one other thing I want to check is that somehow the actuals for the buffers, the input buffers themselves, are also different. Yeah, okay, so they are different. That's good. So we have independent input buffer structures that have the same internal audio buffer. What the hell? And we're not modifying buffer at any point. There's no chance buffer to get modified. And this is the only place they get inserted. Push to the rear. Write to buffer internal. This is completely irrelevant. Yeah, again, the only places we should be looking at are the audio callback, which is this guy, and the audio callback and the update loop in Input Manager. Wait a minute. Here we're saying m buffers, m data equals data. That's right, because the in-buff buffer, oops. The in-buff buffer, this guy, ah shit. That's right. Well, that kind of sucks. Alright, this is what I think is going on. Buffer list is on the stack. And that means so is m buffers. And if you recall well, okay, so take that for now. That means this m buffers bit that we're dealing with, will disappear once this call ends. This data issue, this pointer will continue to exist, but this part will be destroyed. And so we shouldn't be touching this guy yet. We need to malloc this as well. Yeah. That's kind of a pain, but actually it's not so hard to deal with. So we have an audio buffer list. We can keep that on the stack. Can we do that? The way, let's write it out in comments. This is important. Audio buffer list contains an array of size 1. It's not audio buffer. Oh, hold on. My dad's like, yep.
You gotta go pack the flower that you off your plate.
No, we're leaving it.
Oh, the flower, I thought it dies. It doesn't die.
Yeah, it's gonna die, but Mom said to just leave it and let it reflower.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my dad. He's a pretty cool guy. So right now we are about to remember what I was doing. I was typing this line of text. Audio buffer contains an array of size 1 audio buffers. Okay. This is not a pointer, so I can't just allocate a pointer. This is kind of crappy. I could just allocate. Yeah, I have to do this then. I really don't like doing this, but